As a Knicks fan, I'm just numb at this point. I'm just numb. This franchise just continues to fuck everything up they possibly can. And I have to say, I feel bad for Porzingis because it's not that I don't think the kid's going to be a good player. It's not that I don't think the kid has a ton of talent, and that it's not that I don't think that it was the worst pick they could make at the time. I feel bad for him because on draft night, a day he's probably dreamed about for God knows how long now, he got booed. He got booed out of the building, and he even made a kid cry. And that sucks. That sucks for him. But I don't think Knicks fans were booing Porzingis. I think they're booing Phil Jackson. And it especially sucks for me because I was a person that absolutely was in Phil Jackson's corner. A couple of months before the Knicks even made the announcement that Phil Jackson was going to be the president of basketball operations or whatever fucking title he has. Before that even happened, I wanted that. I wanted a guy. I wanted James Dolan to take a step back and stop meddling with the team. Stop trying to build a basketball team when he doesn't know shit about building a basketball team. And I got what I wanted. I got the guy. I got Phil Jackson. I got a Knick from the 70s. A guy who you would think knows what the fuck he's doing. And at this point, I'm not so sure it's even that Phil Jackson doesn't know what he's doing. I think it's that he just is bullshitting the whole Knicks fan base. Why do you re-sign Carmelo Anthony? Why? Why do you re-sign a guy to a max contract when you're drafting guys? I mean, you tank a whole season. You win 17 games all season. The fan base suffers through an entire season for this first round pick when we don't have one next year. That's also something that's really burning my fucking ass about this draft pick, is we don't have a pick next year. And we don't have a pick the year after that, I don't think. So we're building for the future, but we're giving Carmelo Anthony $124 million and tying up the cap. And basically wasting the guy's best years. I mean, LeBron took basically the same team that Carmelo did with a 54-win season to the playoffs. LeBron took them to the finals. So, if LeBron can't win a championship with that team, Carmelo Anthony can't. I'm sorry. I'm the biggest Carmelo Anthony supporter, and I'm probably the biggest LeBron James hater. But, I mean, if you put LeBron on this fucking team right now, they wouldn't even make the playoffs. So, I just feel completely bullshitted. I feel completely lied to. And I feel completely... I mean, Stephen A. said it best, hoodwinked, whatever adjective you want to use. I feel so lied to about the direction that this franchise is going. When Phil Jackson came here, if he made it clear, we're breaking this all down, we're not going to re-sign Carmelo Anthony, we're not making any attempt to compete within the next 3 to 4 years. We're building through the draft. We're acquiring young players. I think the whole Knicks fan base would be able to take a step back and say, all right, that makes sense. Maybe we're finally going to do it the right way. Maybe we're finally going to build a team that has some depth. Maybe we're going to build a team that has some staying power in this league. But when you go out and you sign Carmelo Anthony, and you say you're going to go out and build through free agency, and you're going to make all these moves, and you're going to try to be relevant, a 7-foot 100-pound soaking wet center from Europe. That's not... You can't tell me that this team is going to compete next year. You can't do it. What, they're going to go sign Monroe, David West, Aaron Aflalo, and Lou Williams in free agency? No, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen because you've got Carmelo Anthony, 31 years old, coming off a major injury and a major surgery. And beyond that, you got nothing but green D-League players. Why does any of these free agents have any inspiration to take a pay cut to come here? I can't think of one reason. And the thing that burns my fucking ass the most about this draft is that this fucking lottery completely fucked the Knicks here. I've been on D'Angelo Russell since December, maybe, watching this kid, dreaming of him in a fucking Knicks uniform. And what happens? The draft basically goes exactly the way it should, except the Lakers and Knicks swap picks. And then the Lakers end up with the guy I've wanted all the fuck along. And the Knicks end up with this 7-foot Latvian kid who, not, like I said, it's not that I deny his talent. It's not that I deny the prospect of him being a great player in the NBA. It's more about what the Knicks are trying to sell us. They're trying to sell us that they're going to be a competitive team within the next year or two. You can't do that with Porzingis. Sorry. And then you got Jerry Grant. I like Jerry Grant. And my problem is with that trade is that Tim Hardaway Jr. had a great rookie season. He had a terrible sophomore season. But the one thing you could say for Tim Hardaway Jr. was that he is an NBA-ready player. He can play in the NBA. He's instant offense off the bench. Where are you going to get that now? Were you going to go sign Lou Williams? For what? Mid-level exception? How? This guy's going to get offers from all kinds of teams to fill that role. And teams, by the way, that probably are going to be competing. So, if Jerry Grant doesn't step in day one, with Calderon still under contract, by the way, so I don't know what the fuck they're going to do with that. That's another whole fucking mess. They traded Tyson Chandler so they can get rid of Raymond Felton and got this guy, and pretty much the everyone else that was in that trade is off the team. Dallenberg's gone. Larkin is probably gone with Jerry Grant coming aboard now. He's probably the third string point guard behind Langston Galloway. And now you got Jose Calderon. And Calderon's taking up cap space. And it's a fucking mess. That's really all you can say. It's a fucking mess. It's a giant fucking mess. And it's the New York Knicks. And the sad thing is, they sold you this bill of goods that Phil was going to come in here and he was going to change, and he was going to change the culture, and he was going to bring in the triangle, and everything was going to be great, and it's been a fucking disaster. I don't know why I expected anything different. Good luck to Kristaps Porzingis. You know, I honestly think in this media market, with writers like Frank Isola and all these Knick hating, I mean the media fuels itself off Knick negativity in this town. So the fact that Kristaps Porzingis is going to be on the bench playing maybe 10, 15 minutes a game this season, it's not going to bode well. Not going to bode well for the Knicks at all. Not at all. And to be honest, is he really going to develop in this town? Are the Knicks going to be patient? I don't think so. I think once the Knicks miss the playoffs again, Phil Jackson is gone. And whoever the fuck they're bringing in after him, Steve Mills, God forbid it's fucking Isaiah Thomas. God forbid. But whoever they bring in after him, they're going to send his ass packing. Because that's the Knick way. We draft players, we keep them for maybe a year or two. and then we just send them packing. What are you gonna do? Well, I couldn't fit this in a post. I had, or it would just be a 3-page blog. So, as a Knicks fan, I'm just defeated. I'm just defeated. That's all it comes down to. And all right, I got some work to do, but I'm gonna go fuck myself.